Right. For me, it's my hair. It's lionsgate today. So to celebrate that, I thought I'd pull a few cards with this beautiful energy that we've had that is very uplifting if you tune into it, but always with great light. It casts great shadow, so that's why you might be seeing the shadow showing up in your life. Just a little reminder from higher perspective. That can be a good thing because it allows us to shift, see where the dirty bits are on the window so we can clean them. Think of it in that terms. So while I sip my lemon in the garden here, and the cats are obviously all around me meowing, I thought I'd don my crown for a little bit of silliness as we're in Leo season for some cards. And just a reminder, although it is an invitation to you at 8 o'clock tonight UK time, I'm going to be doing our 8-8 monthly meditation that we do 1-1-2-2-2, and of course it's 8-8, but super special one today because it's also 8-8-8-8 because we're in an 8 year, so it's supercharged. Associations with this across the globe, people will be doing these meditations, so I want our focus to be on bringing into being some of the amazing newer visions that we can with and calling in those higher consciousness, and drawing together in a beautiful imagery and creative guided meditation as we do each month. So I invite you to join me at 8 o'clock. But remember, it doesn't matter if you don't do it at 8. For example, it won't actually be 8 o'clock in Hawaii until tomorrow morning here in the UK. I think it's tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock morning, tomorrow 8 a.m. It's 9 p.m. The day before. So, because they're ahead. Because we're ahead, so they're behind in that sense. So this energy is going to last. So 8 wherever you are. So don't get too hung up on, oh my God, it was 8 o'clock this morning and I missed it. I didn't do my thing at 8:20. I think I was seeing posts for 8:24 because of the 888. It would be really powerful. This energy, think of energies like how Pam Gregory describes any cosmic stuff. And I know it's slightly different because this is numerology, but we're tapping into the matrix of the way we see the world. That's why I do these meditations on the 1-1-2-2-3-3, because we think of them as portals, therefore they are. So it's about how we create the energies into being. We bring the energies into being, and want to remind you of this. So it's just going to be a quick post today, and I'm going to pull a card, one from my favourite 2 packs at the moment. No, I'm not affiliates with any of these. I just really like the energies of them, as how they relate to the way I see them anyway. The Dragon pack by Diane Cooper, we're going to start with first, because I've had all week this golden dragon energy coming in and with my channels. So a card for a reminder. What do we need to know on this beautiful Lionsgate? Oh, cool, you can see it. I need one of those ones so you can see where I'm putting it. So, anyway, another sip of my lemon. I can hear my cats at the end of the garden roaring. So like the kids in there roaring, really feeling the lion and feeling like a mother lioness. So I thought I'd put my little leopard thing on with all my spotty beauties around me, and the crown. So if you're just joining me, ignore this. This is me going, let's get out of that ego. We are all goddesses. Yes, we are all queens. Yes, that's a play on that. But stand tall. When you wear a crown, you have to hold your head up high and be in that kind of energy of, I am who I am, and that's okay. And that's what this is about. It's about getting past the ego of how do I look, or how what people think of you. Anyway, so calling in the highest aspects of ourselves, and this is a little bit of joy that I've been told I need to bring today. And heart space. What do we need to know for divine guidance? For the good of all. Oh, I've got two here. I'm going to pull them both. If the wind don't blow us away. You feel that wind? It's beautiful. Feels like the winds have changed is what I'm hearing. Okay. These two cards are what first come up. Well, what do they say? What do I see? What do I hear? Emerald dragon, emerald green heart is what I'm hearing. This is the heart energy as well, awakening in people. And to waken up some people's hearts, we need a little bit of a shaking. Bring in healing and cosmic abundance. This is a beautiful day to focus on your abundance, bringing in, because where your focus goes, energy goes, your focus, your energy flows. Calling in this healing cosmic abundance. We call this in for anyone that's viewing, for myself, for those loved ones around me, and anyone who needs it. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. So stepping into that beautiful energy of who you are destined to be, who you are meant to be. That's really lovely. What else am I getting from this? I'm seeing this is like everyone, not just you that's watching. You will be seeing people blooming around you. This is a little plug for one of my friends who inspired me when I joined a women's network a few years ago, and I was launching my vision board workshops at the time, and I actually did a few with her, and it didn't quite happen. But she's an amazing person, and she's just, I see, seeing lots of people blooming around you. And actually, I was thinking, oh my God, this is beautiful. One of her, she's launched a book. And then there was another lady, she's literally just launched a book. But that one in particular, I've posted, I'm not going to say because of the things on here, restrictions, but if you go on my Facebook, I posted and tagged my friend, and a little while ago I tagged my other friend who's just launched her book. And it's like, wow, there's things are happening for people. It's blooming. You're seeing people coming into their purpose through love, through joy, through like doing things that matter to them and matter to you. And you might be thinking, what about me? When is it going to happen for me? She's still like, it's the crown here, the wind blow it off. I feel as though there's twofold. Some of us are the buds. Some of us are even the seeds at the moment. Others of us are blooming and flowering, and they're coming into their passions, and they're just doing it. And they're doing it because they feel they need to, because it feels right. That's the ones that you're blooming. That's the sort of the light up path of these flowers that I'm seeing around, because it's the heart energy that's fueling that. So allowing that, bringing in that healing cosmic abundance is coming up. But you might be thinking, hang on a minute, I'm also seeing the stuff that's not abundant. You're seeing it because it's a reminder that that's where you need to shift. That's where you have resistance. That's what needs to come up. And that come up for me as someone that's been working on her abundance. And because I've one of these people that, oh, it's spiritual, everything I do for free. And a lot of my people that I've worked with, like business inspiring ladies, have been saying, Theresa, isn't it about time you started earning some money doing what you're doing? And I'm like, but I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. And I feel I need to share what I do. So that's been a big heart space. And money is secondary. Money is shifting. Money in itself is an energy. It's a neutral thing, and it's shifting. And I feel like this card refers to good fortune is coming, but the good fortune doesn't have to be cold hard. We think of cold, even that expression, cold hard cash. We need to stop thinking about the energy of how it was created and manipulated in some realities, and start seeing it as this is just a thing that we can utilize. Now we're aligning. There's going to be other stuff coming in, and I know that there are other forms of exchange coming in, and I'm seeing exchange happening and abundance all around me. In local communities where people are saying, oh, I've got this, to like pick it up, it's free to anyone that wants it, and someone else. And it reminded me of a Louise L. Hay workshop that I have a recording of from many years ago, where she was speaking to this woman saying, like, you could take £5 and you could go out with that £5 and you can make it into, that's all. If you, or you could go out with nothing and end up with just by swapping stuff. And I've seen people do YouTube things on this, and it does work. And this woman had gone out and it said Hoover for free. Like, take me. And she said, I saw the abundance, and then that was it. And sort of, I needed the Hoover. That was what I needed at that time. What it's trusting that whatever you need will come in when you needed it. And it doesn't, not, oh, it's got to come from this or it's got to come from that. And then I know I can hear people going, yes, but that doesn't pay the bills. Those are in that frequency. So yes, but actually, if you look, there are people that can live in states where they don't have that, and this taps into what is freedom, what is abundance, what is. And I look around in my garden and I can see hundreds of strawberry plants that can fruit with their strawberries, hundreds of, like, the money plants doing amazing, the blueberry bush, the raspberry bush behind me, all of these plants, and they're here, they're abundance. I don't have to buy them. I have my tea. I just pick the oregano is at a time. What's needed. So let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Allowing myself to see that abundance around me brings in the abundance around you. Where you focus is going to bring that. So if you're focusing in, oh my God, this happened, this riot, this, you want to break away from that. I know it's hard and you feel like you're kind of burying your head in the sand a little bit. But what you want to focus on, and what I keep seeing, and I want to remind people, is like, if you had a news of the whole of the world, and I've heard Abraham Hicks say this before, the crap would be about that much. The good would be about, it would just go on endlessly. But all we ever focus in, all the media is that. That doesn't mean that doesn't happen, but the more we focus on this, the more this will be the predominant frequency vibration. So that's why we're being a bit joyful today, playful, funny with our crowns. So this second card, look at that, it's luck in the middle of that. I'm seeing, like, you see the clovers, like me, they look like clovers to me. It's not, it's like a little beanstalk, but I looked at them when I first glanced at that, I thought it's clovers. It's luck in the center. Today is lucky for those that are viewing. Black dragon, cocoons you, cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. We're being cocooned in a beautiful frequency of love for those of us that are tuning in. If you've picked up on this, because I should probably call it lionsgate reading, a certain number of people won't even view that. But if you're viewing it, then it's meant for you. It's meditate, reflect, and undergoing the metamorphosis. That's what's happening to lots of us. That's what some of us are seeds in that. Some of us are flowers. Some of us are blooming and holding and anchoring frequency. That dragon stars, that it's green again. Look, both this green heart energy. Emerald is also very protective. I'm hearing emerald crystal coming in. It's connected with our heart. I'm still seeing those flowering around the green, like blooming, but also emerald green. Really? Okay, I'm not sure about this, but this just come to, is the emerald green true essence of what we think of, not what they are, what we think of, and what they actually are, and where the information is from, of the, what we refer to as the emerald tablets as well, is connected to that energy, is coming up in its truth, in its true form. You don't need the tablets, you don't need to know what they are. The energy, the essence of what it was meant to be, or where it actually truly came from before any distortions affected it, is present. Is that what? Yeah. Okay. And growing in tenfold. So I love this. I feel real, like, playful fairy-like energy comes through with this. Talus, I think. I don't know much about that, but the word talus is coming through. And paradise, Eden, the things that we think of as that, in those energetical, archetypal energies, we can call it in as well, which is very different to the golden lion Leo thing that I thought would come through. But that's what's coming up, as well as the growth, the beginning, what people refer to when they speak of New Earth, outside of the box of what we are, of trying to put it into something. It's more than, it's intangible. It is growth itself. It's the plants, it's the algae. Whoa. Oh, that's a beautiful information. It's in the deepest of seas. It's like the greens, the algae that we consume. I saw a post the other day on how there's some plants that don't actually even need light to have photosynthesis. They generate through oxygen. So it's a different way of connecting growth, and even in the depths of the darkest of oceans, life still is blooming, and we're still understanding what the dimensions of light, because light is beyond the light of the sun. It's a living, I don't know, connection of everything. I'm being shown an image of like sparks within cells, within life. It's the spark of life. It's the, what is it that thing he calls it, that that's the word I think they're getting at, that like we have the meridians within us, we also have the accidental lines through the choric grid of our body. It's the same, it's the grids within the grids within the grids. It's going down in microscopic beyond, and I'm getting completely lost in the images that are showing me, but beautiful life and green on another level. So it's consuming green, it's feeling green, surrounding yourself with green, and then the greens of the ocean, the depths, the algae, and how they're like eating away at stuff that's would have been seen as pollutants. Really kind of magical, and that is coming up, that way of transforming and transmuting from the depths of the bottom of the oceans, rising with this light that's coming down. It's literally penetrating seas and the depths of our seas to wake up on another level. And it's not like, oh well, that light doesn't actually physically hit. No, it hits on an energetical way, and that's rising, and that's going to be significant in some way from now on. But this card is saying, so that went a whole other tangent, cocooning yourself, and that's kind of because that's what Earth is doing. It's cocooning itself with this light and shifting and growing. A divine potential is growing from Gaia, from whether you call it Talus, from it's coming up from the roots, from the core and the deepest depths of the earth. So meditate on this, what it means to you, reflect, because we are all undergoing a metamorphosis. And I've been talking the guidance, like I said, about the goblet effect coming through, and how the grey matter in humans, or what we are or think of as the normal humans, over the next 600 years I think it will take to be complete manifest, but they're saying it faster than that, 60 years maybe for some, 60 for some, 600, but we will eventually all evolve into this. But the brain matter here is shifting. So we have right and left brain hemispheres because the way the body works, that's merging. When you go into higher states, which is linked, shown to, like, I think it's the pituitary gland. I'd love to talk to a scientist about this, because what I'm being shown, I'm sure I tried to look it all up because they're showing me this stuff. I'm like, I'm not a scientist, I don't know what that means. But the cells are working differently. Apparently there's crystals in our brain that are being shifted, which is why some of us are drawn to different diets, because it's a different way of the fuel, and the way it works in the body is different, and it's deep biology. And I'm not a biologist, I'm being shown these images, I'm like, I don't know that, I need to go and learn and read and look up this stuff to understand what I'm being shown. But that's connected, that's what's happening, and it's happening on the earth, in our seas at the moment. because of where we are, where the Earth is in the belt, in where we are in the galaxy, and this is why people refer to this as the golden age. It shifts us, it jumps us, it evolves us in evolutionary ways. Okay, should we pull one more card about Lion's Mane? About this is kind of kick-starting. It's already happening anyway, but it's enhanced today, so things will be seen, discovered, understood biologically and chemically. Our scientists are starting to see how and why and pull things together. Well, they might not have done. Oh, let the plane go over. Another one. Okay. Oh, it's a beautiful. I haven't called any of these cards before. Archangel Gabriel's dragon. So it brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. Well, I'm hearing those words, but I'm seeing diamond DNA, diamond structural shifts. Those are the crystals in the brain that are shifting. That, ooh, says that's what's transforming. So that's the dragon. So call in, if you associate with that, of that as a angelic force. The angelic forces, I refer to them as slightly different. I know that might trigger some, and others will be like, oh, okay. What am I not? Okay, need to get something off my chest. What is it? Shift, 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 shift. What's trapped in my throat? Referring to this. Purification. I'm purifying my own body with what I'm doing. And I know this takes discipline. I am by no means an angel. When it comes to drinking, no, I'm on my lemon today, and it's what, probably lunch, yeah, 11:30. I went to get up this morning at 6:30 to do my class for my members, and I just said, no, I need rest, I need extra sleep. And I think a lot of light workers I've been speaking to are saying, I feel so tired. I go through spurts of having loads of energy, huge downloads, and then needing to sleep and feeling like I haven't slept for a week. And I'm feeling that too. And that's part of the purification, that self-discipline. Sometimes we're going to have to force ourselves to push through that. It will speed up if we focus on the joy. So try not to get, and if you're someone like who has a history story of depression like myself, we are pulling out all those old stories, those old programs from our alcophoric grid. So as we lift them, the cycles sometimes come back. And I was listening to Cleanse to Heal, and Anthony Williams talks about how sometimes when you're clearing out things like, what's it called, Epstein-Barr or something like that, all of these ones that cause all these other things like autoimmune and things that science still quite haven't linked up, but they're starting to. You go through cycles. So it's, yeah, I start to feel better, and then we go backwards again, and we're all of a sudden we've got the pains again, or we've got this, because it fights back. Well, it's the same with the thought forms as an energy in your field. It does the same thing. So when it comes up, and when there's great light, as I was saying in the beginning, that shadow shows those things up for us for the healing, so that we can clean the windows. Well, okay, how does that help that metaphor in a practical sense? We speed up the ascension by bringing in the joy. You can carry this diamond fractalization within your heart. You start to see it as its different sides of the story. So the different sides of the coin, although that's just two sides, isn't it? This is more the different sides of the diamond. You start to see the different sides from a higher perspective through the lens of love. When you view yourself, for one, and the more you start to do that for yourself, the more you start to do that within others. So you might be triggered by someone reacting in a certain way, or doing, you think, then you start to see, oh, they're playing to that story, because that's what happens with them, and they're a little bit funny with their mum, and that's kind of coming through, and I can see them directing it you and me. And then you start to go, oh, the spiritual aspect of you going, but if I'm viewing that through that lens, it must be something I'm mirroring in myself. And then you start to heal that within yourself and you stop seeing it within others. So it's this beautiful fractalization of seeing the world and others through the lens of love. But you only start to do that when you do that with yourself. So when you see those cycles coming up again, oh, it's happening again. Why is it happening? It's battling back because I haven't yet released something. What is it? What is there as to why? What is the payoff? You might talk in spiritual or psychological talk of you doing or reacting in that way why you haven't let go of that addiction, that story, that thing, that being. So when we think of self-disciplines, it gives me an image of an army guy going, right, get down there, do like your press-ups and things. It's not pushing beyond that, it's still doing it with love, more an image of mother's love, like, come on, you need to have breakfast before you leave the house. That was me this morning with my son. I know you're not leaving until you've eaten, because you need to love your body and give it what it needs. It's not tough love, but it's just self-realization and understanding, and bring joy to it. Like when you say make it fun, no one wants to tidy their room. My kids don't want to tidy their room. I don't want to. I have a huge, like, if you look behind me on my table, I've got a load of artwork that needs to go on Etsy, that I know I need to sit down and do the digital side of, like, typing in all the descriptions, and that's not it doesn't bring me joy. Now, I personally don't have someone else to do that, so it's something that keeps getting pushed to the side, but it needs to be done. So it's right, how can I make that fun? And the kids said, oh, let me. So I take all the photos and have fun taking the photos, and then I use voiceover to make it quicker so I don't have to type because of being dyslexic. And again, even that is a story. I kind of think, right, okay, tech is amazing for me. That's a tool I can use that can help me, that I'm really grateful for, because I can use voice talking and it talk and speak. So making it fun, turning it around. How can I bring the joy? I can hear Brenda Bouchard going in the background. Whatever relates to you, whatever brings that up. But this is about, on a metaphorical, deeper level, let's go deep, the restructuring of our DNA sequencing. But that's the deep level. Then you take it up. Okay, then you're also restructuring your emotional, how you are with your emotional intelligence as a being, and then conceptually, and we've got that Mercury energy, haven't we? And Mercury, you can kind of show you up. As an archetypal energy, you can dive into it because it shifts. I don't fear it. I quite like retrogrades as an energy to work with, because it allows you to look at the details where things need shifting, what needs to be reassessed, reevaluated and gone over for a reason. So you can rewrite those pathways, those brainwaves, those stories, clear out ones that are no longer serving you on a really deep, psychological, profound way. So I'm going to leave it at that with those. I'm just going to do 3 and 3 because this was meant to be a quickie. As always, I don't do quickies. So we're standing in our passionate selves, and I get very excited about what comes through and how profoundly synchronized it is. So these are my other favourite, the Chinese elements, because obviously being a Qigong trainer, I love how they relate. So Chinese elements. What do we need to know for the hey, it's good for this beautiful lion's mane energy to help the guide for those of you for this now moment or whenever you're viewing. That which is the highest. Earth sheep, return to the center. Earth horse, stir the cauldron. That's your lower dantian, and obviously center heart. And mental bird, treat yourself like royalty. Right, okay, I'm going to start with that one because obviously for those of you just trying to go the crown to make it fun, but we're dealing with that beautiful royal regal energy of we associate with Leo of this time. That's what that's about. And I'm the peacock. It's take time, pride in your appearance, not in an altruistic way, but because it feels good, because it brings you joy, because I'm about, and I feel we all need to in a certain way, and need isn't maybe not the right word, but we would benefit from making those rituals a ritual in a more sacred way, bringing back the sacred into what we put on our body, what we put into our body, even the fabrics we use. I saw some post about how some fabrics are cancerous the other day, and I'm like, I don't want to focus in on that. I want to focus in on having these nice natural stuff around me that's ethical, that's kind to our planet, because that resonates with my heart, and that's what I focus in on. Doesn't mean you can't then dress up, or you can't use some makeup. I mean, you can homemade makeups and things. There's stuff out there. It's knowing what you're putting on you, because you're layering yourself in lots of stuff, lots of energies, lots of frequencies of whatever it is that you draw that into your body, especially when you're doing your treating yourself. So treat yourself like royalty. That might mean that you go and have a pamper, but what you pamper yourself with, what you put yourself in. Maybe it's you go and have a sound bath. Maybe you go, all right, I'm going to group together with a load of friends tonight and we're going to have a chill. For me, that's like, let's watch a movie with the kids. Let's have some snuggle time. Let's just indulge. But also it's bringing in, I feel nice when I've got my crown on, when I'm wearing gold and silver, and like I said to them, I want to wear gold today, so this is as close as I could get to it. But just having a little bit of time, the glitz, the glamour, to do those things. My daughter, she's a beautiful little unicorn energy about her. Mummy, it's pamper time. And she got me to lay down in the office. I was laying on the floor. There was no like, I think, but she painted my nails, which is all coming off now. She got a facial, did this facial, and she did it in her way. But I was like, oh, this is really lovely. And she made me stop, because she's very aware. She does that stuff anyway, and she knows I like it. And then she brought me up this, she knows how to use the juicer. And, oh, Mummy, it's cute. I was like, what's that? It was my cucumber juice. So she juiced a cucumber for me, and she'd put an umbrella in it, and she'd like blitzed it all up. It's little things. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and spend £100 on a treatment. If you want to, that's your choice. But it's about doing those things that make you feel like royalty. And she certainly makes me feel like royalty. Yes, I need to drink. You want a sip of my lemon? Okay, good girl. See, she's even starting to do all those things and remind me to do it and drink it. Earth horse is stirring the cauldron. Our cauldron in Qigong is the lower dantian, the lower chakras. It's the pit of fire. It's the fire energies. It's the working with the hormones that kind of lift your spirit. So what I'm hearing, because these cards to me are all very much about the movement and my Qigong practice, is you can pull down the venom, tight hands, and then I can't do it while I'm sitting, but and you can do it while standing. If you've got any issues with it, just do it here, and just, or if you can't even lift your arms up, you can still, I'm holding on to stuff and now I'm letting it go. And it's that letting it go and allowing the fire, but it's getting the fire moving. So when we pull down the venom, Donna Eden calls it, one of the other calls it taking out the trash. They have different names for the same things from ancient cultures. I can't remember the original one, but just allowing yourself to focus and channel your energy, your fire, your passion, which is associated with this time. Stir that up, stir up your passions on lots of levels and channel them. That's what this day is about. Earth sheep is returning to the centers, returning to the heart, returning to the flow of energy. There's on these pictures, sorry, I didn't show you today when I pulled them. It's beautiful, like cards. I love these. I feel like it's the mountain pose, grounding energy, flow of water, earth and water practices and poses. Highly recommend. I am the goat. I'm a Capricorn. It's Capricorn sun and a Leo rising, so relate very much to today's energy. So often told I've got a very Leo presence, but I'm a goat, an old goat, and goats up on the mountain tend to want to go it alone, but they're very intuitive, and able to adapt. I mean, they go up on right on the cliffs. It's scary. Have you seen it in the movie? I think I can't remember what movie it is. There's these go right on the edge of the. That's what they are, the mountain goat. They'll get up there with that high frequency, but they're still very grounded, and that's what this is. Being in center, being in the heart energy. Allow that passion, that fire to rise up, that kundalini energy through the heart energy, being very grounded in the high frequency. So you're not all airy fairy. I've still got my crown on. I really needs to be, but you're still, okay, this is reality. This is the everyday. This is what we have to do. And that will benefit you about today. So yes, I don't do yoga. I do qigong, which is basically energy flow. It's like Chinese yoga, I suppose you could call it. I refer it to it as it's a movement and flow and practice. It's a gentle movement. Qigong or qigong is pronounced both. Yeah, that's what I teach. So we do, I do put them up on here. And when they're Tai Chi is the martial arts aspect of Qigong. So Qigong is everything. It's energy work, basically energy flow. Tai Chi is martial arts using Qigong. It's one aspect of it. And then you've also got reflexology, acupressure, acupuncture. They're all under the same umbrella. They're all like, it's like saying medicine, and then you've got all of the different branches. It's the same thing, but it covers everything. So yes, those, and we will be doing more practices on this page, which I do, and then the videos are unlisted. They go up on my Patreon, which you can be a free member or you can be a paid member. There's different options, whatever suits you. So they go up on there, and there's a link normally on the other videos. There's some that are public that you can find them on this page somewhere. I'm not going to I'm not that we're doing today. I wanted to just do a quick reading for the lionsgate, and then invite you this evening at 8 o'clock. We're going to do a visualization global meditation for peace to encompass this energy. So hopefully invite you all to join. So just to recap, Emerald Dragon, bring in healing, cosmic abundance. If you're watching, and Cocoon, Black Dragon cocoons you so that your divine potential can grow. So you're allowing yourself to go through your metamorphosis, and then bringing in that purification from Archangel Gabriel Dragon. Earth Energy Sheep, returning to your center, and Earth Horse, stirring the cauldron, your fire, your passion. And treat yourself like royalty today, and others as well. Like, you know, just tap into your sovereign self, hence the crown, for a bit of fun, enjoy it, and bring the joy. So love and blessings in your now moment. Thanks for joining me. Please like and share if you thought this was cool. Helps with those algorithm rubbish on here. But more importantly for me, it's my purpose is to help as many people as I can, sharing my own journey. So love and blessings in your now moments. Thank you for joining and bearing witness. Have a beautiful lion's mane. See you tonight for our meditation.